This is Noxious here, and welcome to another episode of Planet Coaster. I'm playing the Sandbox mode again, and as seen over there, that's what I finished off this sweet house. Well, I finished off the front of it. Still got the sides and the roof to sort out, but I'll come back to that at another stage. But in this episode, I'm just going to put in another ride, and I'm also going to put in a log flume as well. And I want to get to more to grips with the landscaping on this episode. So you'll be seeing a lot more landscaping, how you use the landscaping tool. And I'm just putting in a little ride to come off here. I want 3 flat rides, the log flume, which will be your main attraction for this area, and perhaps another tracked ride, perhaps, I don't know. We'll see what sort of room we've got. So maybe 5 rides in this area, possibly a roller coaster, a junior roller coaster. I think I should have a junior roller coaster, really. It's a junior area, really, so that'll probably come somewhere as well. But aside from that, I'm just putting in the track, and we'll see. Oh, I can't even remember what I've done. So yeah, I'm just putting in the path here, and I think I'm going to do a bit of landscaping. Yes, I put in a little lake, a pond, whatever you want to call it, just sitting around here, bringing down the level. And I want a little bridge going across there, so I did that. Now I can put a bridge in and bring it right down so it's nice and deep. Kind of water source from where it all comes from, with an island in the middle. There we go. Just bringing up the edges a little bit. As I said before, I like to have not everything completely flat everywhere. That's just not very natural. So I like to put in a little bit of hills here and there, just to break up that flatness of the ground. I still don't have a name for this park. You might see in the bottom I've called it Theme Park 2020, but that isn't what I want to call it. I want to start naming these videos with the park name. So please put a comment down below if you have an idea of what this park could be called. I said in my last video this park's going to have 4 or 5, probably 5 different areas now. One that's this area, which is kind of like your fantasy fairy tale area, and then we'll have another area which will be your Wild West, and then a pirate area, a sci-fi area, and now possibly kind of like a spooky area. I'm not sure how scary it's going to be, but yeah, that's the 5 areas I'll have. So I don't know if you can incorporate that, but yeah, well, if you can come up with a name, help me think of something. I usually come up with generic names like Funland and really boring stuff, so maybe something a bit creative. Let me know why you think it should be called that. I will pick the best answer. And if I don't have a very good one, I will pick one for myself. Okay, so here I'm just putting in a few bushes in here. I think I might do a skip forward at some point. I won't show everything I've done on this episode because everything I will be doing came over about 4 hours worth of work, so I'm condensing it into what we've got 40 minutes, and I have sped up the footage by times 4 if anyone's interested. That's why things are getting put around very quickly, and I don't really work that fast. Takes a lot of patience, this game, to slowly put things in the right place. But I'm getting to grips with the controls now, so it's getting a bit easier. Yeah, so we'll show bits and pieces of what I've done. I might skip forward a little bit, just to say, right, I've finished this bit, because you don't want to see me placing rocks everywhere all the time, like you're doing now. But I'm just giving you an idea of how I place rocks. See that one fitting nicely with the ground, I like that. And then I just put in some bushes, find the right size. Now this is going to be a very green park, very nature-like park. It's going to be a very beautiful in the way of trees and plants, but also have elements of theming around as well. I want to put that in. I don't want a hugely themed park, but I do want elements of theme everywhere. So yeah, you'll see, as you see on the last ride, I did put a lot of theming on that because I wanted to do more of a theming episode, and this is going to be more of a scenery landscaping episode, so you'll see a lot more of that going on, especially when we come to the log flume. I won't talk much about the log flume now because we'll get to that, but at the minute I'm just raising up this land just to make it look like this hut is just coming off the top of a hill, sitting up here. This is kind of where the witches are going to live. Now I've themed this ride to kind of like 3 witches have cast their spell on this ride, and these teacups come to life and spinning you around, and that's the kind of theme for the ride. If anyone does have names for the rides, I would love to know, because I am really rubbish at coming up with names. So I still have a name, I've still got to come up with a name for my chair swing, which I've done in the last episode. Please check that out, and if you want to give me a comment on that video of what you think the name of the ride should be, I think in the next episode I will name that ride. I'll kind of go 2 episodes ahead, so I will be naming what I've done from 2 episodes before. So episode 3 I'll be naming episode 1 stuff, and so on. So keep putting your names in, and that will be very helpful to me. So yeah, that's the kind of thought I was thinking about this ride, and it may be enchanted teacups that I've put in here, enchanted by these 3 witches. I didn't want this ride very dark, because it's not the most scariest of rides. This is a fun ride, but I did want it kind of a little bit mysterious. So this is, yeah, that's the kind of look I'm going for. Okay, I thought about trees here, and I thought, no, I'm going to put in dead trees, just almost like the life force has been sucked out of the trees to create this magic for this bride. And I didn't like that witch flying around that teacup, so I put her under here. I think that's much better as an entrance as well. Right, as you see, I've put in lots of trees, dead trees around, and now I'm filling it up with greenery just to make it a bit more colourful, but not too much life there, so it still feels a little bit dead and barren. And then I think this sets off the edge here, these thorn, whatever they are, thorn logs. I think that edges it really nice. Put in some vines down here. I'm going to just decorate the edge of this cliff. And yeah, with the vines, and I'll put in a few, there we go, a few of these, what they call ivy, some ivy around there. So it's all looking overgrown around edge. Really don't want to leave any kind of like bare ground unless it's really meant to be empty. It's meant to be a nice grass area or whatever it's supposed to be. But if there is an area that is just got nothing there, it shouldn't be there. There should be something in it to put in there. Just put a little bit floating on the water there. I'll try and put in a bit of seaweed under the water just to give it a bit of colour, a bit of life under that water. I didn't like it in a row. That's probably if you're doing it against the wall to use it for that. So I used this. Just get the right angle. There we go. Yeah, I just put in these single bits around. Not sure if that's how it's supposed to be, but looks okay. Just dot them about. Still not looking nice. Yeah, I'll put it against there. That looks a bit better. Not that you can hardly see, but you know, just a little bit here and there helps to kind of like make the place look a bit fuller. Some more rocks around just to fill in the area, just bring it together, just so it's not so bare. Bring it right down. I love how you can just bring it into the ground and it all just mixes in with the ground nicely. Nope, that's one of them sneezes that I thought it was going to come, but it never did. Okay. So I think we're just going to... Oh, postman. Yeah, continue with these rocks for now. So, about my park, I've told you the different areas it's going to be, so what do you think I should have in these areas? What sort of roller coasters in each separate area? Remember there's the 5 areas. Do you think I should have specific rides? Do you think, what rides do you think I should have in them? I would say if we're having a pirate area, we've definitely got to have the pirate ship that's a must. Every pirate area should have a pirate ship. But what else? We've got sci-fi. We've got Wild West. What rides should be in the Wild West area? And what else we got? We got the spooky one, but I think that's going to be almost self-explanatory for the spooky area. I'm thinking there's a new, well, I don't know how new it is, but there's an add-on that gives you a shooting ride, so I think that's probably best for your Wild West area. Have a dark shooting ride for Wild West. That would be nice. That'll take up a whole episode doing that. That's going to be a big project. What else are we going to have? Sci-fi, Wild West, pirate. Yeah, that's it. And the spooky area. I'm calling it spooky. I don't really want to call it Halloween. It's not Halloween yet. But you never know, it might be Halloween by the time I get round to doing it. But we'll wait and see. Perhaps I should wait. Or perhaps I'll just do a special Halloween video when it gets to that area that time. So, yeah. Roller coasters. What sort of roller coasters do you want to see? Do you want to see nice hyper coaster going in, something really big with the big arches that go over and over, or a nice wooden coaster? Whereabouts should they be? Perhaps the Wild West should have a wooden coaster or a mine train. Yeah, let me know what you think. That would be lovely to know people's thoughts, and I would like to have everyone's input in. I don't know what I'm looking at a hill for there, but yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Just trying to get a little look of how it would look as I walk around the queue line. Look at the sight lines. Yeah, it all looks nice. I changed that into brown just so it's not so happy, just a little bit darker, but not too dark. And here, I try and think of some sort of scenery to put in here. It needs something else that's a bit bare, but then I go against it. And I think I put in the entrance, ride entrance. And I think I'm going to stick with these same entrances for all rides in this area, just to theme it all together. Just to say let you know you're in the same area, and this is your fantasy fairy tale area. So now comes the big ride for the area, and that is the log flume. Now, as you see, I've put in a little hill mountain back there, and I'm not going to keep it. It's just for a guide of how I want the ride to run around, because I want an idea of it going around a mountain, then going into it, and then coming out again, just going through little caves where you're going to see dragons, and that's going to be the theme for this ride, is a dragon caves, and you're going to be going through their where they live. So that's what I'll be doing there. You'll see me bringing down all these hills eventually, and then starting again, bringing them all up. So you haven't missed me doing landscaping, but this is just a guide. So, once again, I'm going to ask, you know that this is a log flume, and it's going to be themed around dragons and a dragon cave. What do you think this ride should be called? Should it be called dragon caves. Simply as that. As you see, I'm rubbish at names. Let me know what you think. Does it have a little backstory to the ride? Yeah. Give me your thoughts, that'd be lovely to hear it. So now I'm just having a little think. It's a long think. I said a little think. It's a long think. Remembering this is in ×4, so that was an even longer think. Come on, Mr. Noxious. Let's move on. Nope. Oh, was that a cursor move? There we go. We're off again. Okay, we're back into the building. Send the ride in another direction here. I went round to the left, now I'm going to go round to the right because I don't want to go round and round in circles. I'm not very good at building flumes and roller coasters. It's something that I haven't had a lot of experience doing, especially in this game. So I hope to learn as we go. Perhaps you can, if you got any advice for me, I'll appreciate it. I'll take any on board. Oh, now we're blocked by these rocks, so I'm just going to have to delete these rocks. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? Alright. I'm going to now mention my new computer, my new laptop. I've just got it, and my next episode will be done on the new one, so hopefully definitely you'll be seeing better graphics coming off, and you'll see a bit more of what this game looks like properly, and not reduced quality graphics. And you will be stunned. It is a beautiful game when you've got the graphics turned right up. Hopefully I'll be able to run the game as it's intended when all the guests are in the park. So I've put in a few dragons here. As you see, I've taken away the mountain already. You see there's bits of terrain around the rides. That's just because I haven't lowered it around the rides, that just stays there. But I will be getting rid of that and starting again from ground up. Just putting a general idea of where I want these dragons to be, and yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all nice and clear now. So I'll just continue this ride now, I think. Just want to bring them up and through between these two dragons. And I think I'm pretty much try and head towards the end then. It's quite a large ride as it is, but I do want it to be the standout ride in the area. I didn't do it on this episode, but I make the caves and I build up all the hills, but I don't bring any other theming in. So I'm probably going to put in lighting inside the caves, and yeah, bits of Obviously rocks, maybe some plants around, but you wouldn't get many plants growing in caves. So mainly rocks, a nice lighting to light up the areas, and we'll see how it looks underground. I'll also have to do something with the station area. Yeah, and maybe I'll do, when I complete this whole area, the whole fantasy fairy tale area, perhaps it should have a name. I don't know. Should I give it a name? But when I complete that, I will give a nice tour of the area, kind of guest level, riding the rides, giving you nice POVs. So once again, I'm stuck, thinking what to do. How high should I go? I think is what. I've got a lot of lift hills, and I don't want too many lift hills. 4 or 5. They can be quite slow and slow down the ride, so I don't want too many. No, I've completely stopped here. There we go. And then we bring it down. Rocks in the way again. Terrain in the way. I'm not sure if I could have moved that terrain, but I decided to have more of a sweeping hill coming down here and finishing up. I do believe I did that wrong to start with, but then I fixed it, and there we go. That all flows nicely. You can see the things moving around, testing. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. So now to bring up some terrain. First want to get the right height for these dragons to be sitting on the ground. I don't want their base to be showing. So I bring that to the correct height. It should be flattened, whatever it is, flattened to ride height or something like that. A little bit too high. There we go, that's nice there. Lovely. So you'll get a bit more hang of making things the right level now. Oh, what am I doing? Just try. I was seeing if I could put an effect somewhere, but I don't think I have anything long enough for an effect. So, yeah, maybe not. Just bring that dragon a little bit closer to the ride, just so it looks like it's going to eat someone. And then I'll bring up some of these insides. There's some places that I want walls in between. I don't want a completely open cave, so someone's a little tunnel going through to an open cave where you'll have a dragon, and then I'll be back, maybe out into the open, back into another tunnel, and different looks. So it's not always one thing you're going through. Like, not always a tunnel. It's not always a cave. It's not always outside. It goes in and out, meandering through different areas. As you see, this is kind of a sprawly ride. Goes round and round. Try and build that in to the terrain as well. There we go. Once you know what you're doing, got your idea, it can be quite quick to start building up this terrain. It's not really a hard job. It's very intuitive of the ride, and creating a tunnel if you keep bringing it higher. So it's not that difficult. It's just knowing where you want things, really. You see, I'm making some entrances there to tunnels, and a gap and a wall in between, just so I know that that is blocked. Those two bits are blocked. And then I bring it over. There. See, I put another wall here, just because I want that as a tunnel you're going to go through. I don't always want you to see the other rides. I want only certain places where you get to interact with the ride, so it looks like you're going around on your own. Suddenly you might come across someone else on the track somewhere else. And here I'm just building up the cave that this dragon's going to be in now. So you can see there's a track in front that is going to see the dragon, and you're going to get a little glimpse of the dragon as you go around here as well, around this other way. So you get two glimpses of this dragon. And there, you saw it go, saw the car going around there. Boat, it's got to be a boat, not a car. And there, I've just filled that bit in there, just bringing it all up. You see, it's all quite smooth, this ground, and then right at the end I will roughen it all up just to make it look a bit more mountain-like. Okay, just bringing up a hill there. And eventually I'll probably put rocks and trees around the top of this mountain, and I'll probably do that off camera, and you'll see maybe the next episode the finished article of this ride. We're doing a bit more here, bringing it up. And I've now just forwarded it a bit because I don't want to show you every single moment of what I'm doing here. It can be quite boring looking at the same thing over and over again. Oops, sorry about that. I just want to show this bit here where I decide this dragon isn't quite in the right place. You're not going to see it properly coming down. So I move it a little bit, and I'll try and move this in a little, just so you can get a good view of this dragon as you're going around the ride. I think I move him again just to bring him into a good place. Or do I? Do I think that's good enough there? I don't think it is. I think it should be looking at this corner, almost looking over. Oh, I haven't moved him. Now I realise I haven't put in the queue lines. So we've got the exit there and the entrance there. And what I plan to do is send the queue line through the caves as well. So it's all part of it. And I also wanted it to be quite close to this dragon here, so you can actually look at it as you're walking past, so you see that section of the ride. Oh, you're building up the anticipation that you're going to get to see this dragon when you're on the ride, so you know what to expect. This is not scary, this ride. It's just a fun dragon ride, so we're not going to scare people with dragons. This is just enjoying it. Do that. Okay, so just building in where I want these caves to start or finish, should I say. Bring it up. I decide I want a bit of this path to it be incorporated as well. Just have a little tunnel going through, just like it's all part of it. Bring it down to this tree line here. I think then when I get to start planting trees over it, it'll all blend in nicely, and it'll be like a nice tree line there. Just thinking perhaps this should be the end of this area as well. You'd come out, and when you come off the dragon ride, perhaps you'd be moving into another area, and this tunnel would represent the change of the areas. Something I hadn't planned, but I think that could be quite nice. It'll mean you don't get to see any more of the area beyond these mountains, and that would work well. This is kind of what I want. I don't want you to be able to see any more of the areas anywhere else. Well, now I'm about to come to the end of this episode, and all I'm going to do is just finish off these caves and roughen everything up, and you'll just see how I finished it now. So I'm going to say now, thanks for watching. Please watch me in another video. Remember to like and subscribe to my channel. Give me a comment, and we'll catch you in another video. Bye bye. Bye bye.